if you're one of my autumn jump starters, you are done. Unless there's another variety of sweet pea that you've just discovered that you would like to add to this summer's growing list, you don't need to sow any more sweet peas, and your plants should be almost ready for planting. Oh my God, you turn your back for a day. Look at them, look how many flowers we've got. They've literally all of a sudden said, come on girls, sun's out. And we've got flowers all the way to the end, like literally. 2 days ago we didn't, and now we do. First, if you're still having a cup of tea, what you might want to do is just pop your sweet peas into water for a soak. Except, of course, if you have Neil's special hand-collected Swan Cottage mix, a lavender shade. We do say on the packet that do not soak it because it is really fresh and hand-collected. My sweet pea seeds, and what we're going to do is we're going to soak them for about 4 hours to just rehydrate them and hopefully get the water to get through that seed coat quicker than just damp compost. What I recommend you do is, if you're going to do a few sweet peas all at once, is make sure you put your label in the bowl so you know which one is which. So I thought I'd just put them on my hand, and can you see it's quite obvious which one is the soaked sweet pea. It's blown up and is now larger than the unsoaked sweet pea. So in the spirit of Blue Peter, here are some that I did earlier, and they've been soaking in this bowl of water for about 4 hours. To soak my sweet peas 3 to a 9 centimetre pot because it's by far the easiest way to do it. It's the easiest way to look after your plants. Root trainers can be quite expensive, and at this time of the year you're probably going to end up planting your sweet pea before it's made a huge root ball, which means it can make getting them out of the root trainers a bit fiddly. So for that reason, I use a 9 centimetre pot. But if you love root trainers, don't let me change your mind. You stick with whatever you prefer. As usual, 1 part grit to 10 parts compost. You don't have to have the grit, it just adds a bit of drainage, and we will be growing through the winter after all. There we go, and I'm just going to spend a few minutes just mixing this through. And I've got a lovely second-hand pot. Look at the price. That tells you how old this is. I'll bet you root trainers don't last as long as this. Well, I know they don't. There we go. So I'm going to fill that to the top, give it a tap to make sure we've got no air pockets, and then just smooth it over. So I've got my soaked seed and my label and my pot, and then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to dip 3 holes just as far apart as I possibly can in the pot, so when they start to grow they've each got their own space. There we go, and I'm going to just drop each of my peas into the hole and then just give it a quick tap to cover them up, and then I'm going to stand them in a tray of water to hydrate. There we go, don't forget your label. I'm going to use all green pots for Charlie's Angel, so I only need to use 1 label and then just keep the pots together. You can absolutely overhead water if you prefer. The only thing is, unless you're very delicate, you tend to compress the compost right down. And this way I can just place them in and carry on. I don't have to worry about time spent watering. Now, given half the chance, mice and squirrels will steal your sweet pea seeds. So you need to either germinate them in a propagator with a sealed lid. In the kitchen is perfect, that's absolutely ideal. Or any kind of shelf which has got an overhang, which means that they won't be able to climb up and grab your sweet peas. It's a really ancient propagator, but it's got a lid that seals the pots inside, because I have to be careful. This is a table that the squirrels and mice could climb up and they'll steal my seed. So if you're going to put it in a greenhouse, then you've got to make sure you protect your pots. Now, as soon as you see germination, you must make sure that you move your sweet peas outside into the light. Otherwise, you'll get something called a leggy Linda, as we like to call it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a swipe up in the next slide, which tells you all about leggy Lindas if you've not seen it before. Let me introduce you to leggy Linda. Leggy Linda is going to take one for the team. I thought it would be much easier for me to explain how to salvage your sweet peas if that's what's happened to you. Look at